Student safety at school.
Kids are scared enough without having to have the fear of seeing armed police surrounding their school.
Police uncover the cause of 2 hold and secures at a Windsor elementary school. History goes up in smoke.
They were housing soldiers during the war, making sure that nobody went unfed or unhomed.
A fire destroys a former Windsor restaurant whose owners are remembered for their generosity. And warm meals delivered with care.
People who, recently had trauma or just get out of the hospital and need a little extra help.
Paramedics and a local mail delivery service partner up to feed those in need.
CTV News with Stefanie Masotti.
Good evening and thank you for joining us both on CTV Windsor and AM 800. The cause of frightening scenes at a West End elementary school are now being revealed. Windsor police say swatting calls prompted 2 hold and secures at Marlborough Public School earlier this month. CTV's Robert Lothian joins us now. Robert, what exactly is swatting?
Yeah, Stefanie, well, on a regular basis, police officers respond to calls intent on maintaining public safety. Only this time, the call was a hoax, likely intended to cause disruption at Marlborough Public School. An all-hands-on-deck response to threats at Marlborough Public School earlier this month, the second in a matter of days. Investigations that now appear to be caused by a hoax. Windsor Police confirming to CTV News the threats were part of swatting calls.
To know that it is happening, and it did happen to my kids, it's definitely made me want to learn more.
Threats caused unease for parents like Lacey Kresman, whose kids have stayed home since the hold and secure. A rise in swatting incidents, she says, increases the need for more education by schools and law enforcement.
I think it's really important to be transparent with parents right away to let them know what the situation is so they can make the best decision on how to educate themselves and children and where to reach out for support.
The federal government describes swatting as a hoax intending to bring a tactical police response to an unsuspecting victim.
Kids are scared enough without having to have the fear of seeing armed police surrounding their school.
Retired OPP Commissioner Chris Lewis says swatting often targets politicians and celebrities. What's less known is the legal repercussions for those making the call.
In this case, you're looking at criminal charges. You're looking at going to jail. You're looking at not being able to cross the border anymore. You're looking at potential inability to get jobs and maybe attend universities.
Strain also spreads to first responders. President of the Windsor Police Association, Kent Rice, says resources are limited and responding and investigating fake calls takes time.
There's other emergencies going on now from this hoax. We've taken people who legitimately needed police resources and service, and we could be putting them in danger over this.
Preparing for a dangerous incident, Rice says, is already taxing on officers mentally preparing for the worst. With each swatting response, he feels it risks eroding public trust.
They're like, why are you responding like this? We have to ensure everybody's safety. That's our mandate, and it's what we're required to do by law. So until we can verify that it's completely a hoax, we still have to investigate the matter.
Windsor Police did not respond to our request for an interview. However, they did confirm both swatting incidents are under investigation by the Major Crimes Unit. Stefanie.
Okay, Robert Lothian with our top story tonight. Thank you, Robert. In other news, LaSalle police are warning residents about a new bank scam. They say a resident got a call from someone claiming to be from their bank, warning their card was compromised. The caller told them to cut up the card, seal it in an envelope, and wait for a courier to pick it up. Instead, the resident trusted their gut and called their bank directly, confirming it was a scam. Police are reminding residents banks won't send couriers, and if something feels off, hang up and verify it yourself. A suspicious fire that destroyed a vacant building in Windsor is stirring memories of a restaurant many still remember for its food and its generosity. The former Paradiso restaurant Spaghetti House closed decades ago, but for one local family, the loss of that building has reopened a powerful chapter of Windsor's history. CTV's Chris Campbell reports.
Fire investigators are unable to determine what sparked the blaze at this vacant Mercer Street property, a building that had sat empty for years. But long before the flames, it was known as the Paradiso Spaghetti House, a family-run restaurant which opened during the Great Depression by Tony and Anna Montello.
They were housing soldiers during the war, making sure that nobody went unfed or unhomed during that time. So they would sleep in the few rooms in the back of the house and rent out the whole front, all the while running the restaurant on the main level with their Windsor famous spaghetti sauce.
The Montellos lived upstairs, cooked downstairs, and became known for feeding anyone who walked through the door, including neighbors struggling through hard times.
My mother used to tell stories about bringing big pots of pasta down to the houses and the neighbors when they were underfed.
The restaurant closed in the mid-1960s, but stories of famous diners and late-night meals lived on, especially within Windsor's Italian community.
It was very interesting to me as a young person to hear that famous athletes would dine there. And I mean, there was even rumor about some famous gangsters who would go there and have some of my nonno's Calabrese tea, which was wine. He was known for his bootlegging skills, as well as having the pasta house.
The property hasn't been in the family for years and was never formally designated as a heritage site. Kavanagh says watching it decay was difficult, but seeing it destroyed has been especially painful.
I was very sad. Instantly, my cousins and I, who are very close, all were messaging one another, and there were a lot of tears and sadness. For sure.
As demolition looms, a family and a city are left remembering a place where no one went hungry and kindness was always on the menu.
That big white house was more than just a big white house to many people who remember it as the Paradiso, the home of Anna and Tony Montello and their kindness. It was more than just a structure. It was a legacy.
Chris Campbell, CTV News.
CTV weather specialist Rita Ismail joins me now for a first look at the weather tonight. Good evening, Rita.
Good to be with you tonight, Stephanie. A few clouds as we head into the night. We had a very pleasant Wednesday in terms of our temperatures, well above seasonal, hitting a daytime high of 7. Now we are tracking the next weather maker. It's a big system that will push through overnight tonight, slowly into tomorrow. And what that means for us, it will usher in some rainfall. Our temperatures will climb to near double digits for your Thursday before tumbling back down and dealing with some mixed precipitation in behind this weather maker. I'll break down the forecast for you coming up a little later in the show.
The federal government's Buy Canadian policy is now in effect, and Ottawa says it will fundamentally change the way it purchases goods and services.
It's not just what we build, it matters how we build. And importantly, we're building Canadian. That's why I'm glad to be here to announce the next step of our Buy Canadian policy. Because Canada needs to be its own best customer. When the federal government spends, we will prioritize companies and the use of Canadian materials. This is a big shift in how government operates, and we're doing it to maximize the use of public dollars to strengthen domestic supply chains, build industrial capacity, and support local businesses and jobs.
The strategy is meant to ensure Canadian products and workers are prioritized in federal procurement decisions. It applies to the government's new major projects and housing offices, defense procurement, and community infrastructure projects funded by Ottawa. The first stage of the policy requires contracts valued at $25 million or more prioritized Canadian businesses and materials. It also requires Canadian steel, aluminum, and wood products be used in construction and defense projects.
It's a good step in theory, and they're talking about it, but talk is cheap.
That's reaction this morning from Zeckelman on AM 800 with Meg Roberts. Zeckelman has been very vocal in recent months, criticizing the Canadian government for not relying on domestic steel. He said today his snitch, where whistleblowers report foreign steel in public projects, continues to be successful, as they're currently investigating 8 new complaints. Zeckelman says the government will no longer speak directly with him because he has been critical, particularly with Ottawa's reluctance to block foreign steel or tax it the same way domestic producers are taxed.
Algoma's gone bankrupt 3 times, not because they're a bad mill, and Stelco's gone bankrupt twice. Again, not because they're a bad mill, but because they get undercut by illegally and dumped subsidized imports that come into our country because we're addicted to, it's like crack cocaine. Oh, we want cheap, we want cheap, we want cheap. What is the cost of cheap?
We have more insight from Zeckelman on the steel industry as part of our online coverage at ctvnewswindsor.ca. An update now on the new Gordie Howe pier being installed this week. The floor panels are in, but the pier will remain closed for the winter. There are a lot of safety systems that have to be put into place before it can open, including signage and rescue rings. As you can see, the views from the pier are enjoyable, and officials look forward to a spring ceremony.
Until we get the electrical in place and we get the proper life rings and warning signage in place, we really can't open up to the public. So the site's going to remain closed in the time being. Well, over the next weeks and months, we're going to be working on these systems and finish the park. It would be a grand opening in warmer weather.
Ontario has cut a new check to Chatham-Kent. The money, part of a $4 million spend for 9 municipalities to enhance emergency preparedness for legacy gas or oil wells. Essex County will also receive some funding. You'll recall on August 26th of 2021, hydrogen sulfide gas exploded. Incredibly, no one was killed, but 2 people were injured. For more than 4 years, emergency crews monitored the site. The new round of funding is part of a $23 million multi-year action plan announced in 2023. Staying with Chatham-Kent for another moment, Council is moving forward with realigning Talbot Trail. Councillors have approved agreements to secure several properties along Talbot Trail. They also signed off on additional archaeological work, including continued First Nations participation after more findings were uncovered than expected. The realignment is meant to move the road away from the eroding Lake Erie Bluff and get Talbot Trail safely reopened, with construction still expected to wrap up before the end of next year. Windsor Essex has 2 new public school trustees.
I am super excited. After having done this job for 12 years, being out of it a term and a half, which is a little over 7 years, of course, I'm excited to be back doing it again.
Understanding what happens in the school was very essential for me, so I entered Student Advisory Council. And then slowly and steadily I saw the application come up, and I was like, oh, this is something where I could make an impact for the community overall.
The 2 new trustees fill the roles left by Ron LeClaire and Nancy Armstrong, who stepped down in recent months. Lavelle and Abhang joined the board at an uncertain time as the ministry is considering a change to the governance model. Education Minister Paul Calandra says he's announcing his plans in the new year.
I would love to see trustees continue to exist. We are the representative of families. We bring forth their concerns. We play a vital role in education. But what happens? Who knows? Right now, I'm here to do my job and do what I can to help families and students.
Locked out Titan Tool and Die workers took a break from picketing in the cold to sit down and enjoy a hot meal.
We've been out here now for 130 days, so it's greatly appreciated during holiday seasons that people would still like to bring us out some food. We greatly appreciate it.
Tecumseh Deputy Mayor Joe Becchetti dropped off a pasta dinner from the Caboto Club to Unifor members picketing on Howard Avenue. Unifor Local 195 plant chairperson Randy St. Pierre says this is one of many gestures of support that they've received. They say someone dropped off $500 worth of food earlier in the week, along with another individual dropping off $150. Titan Tool has been locked out since August 11th, a dispute the longest in the city's automotive history. St. Pierre says the 27 workers still don't know when or if they will return to work.
It's disheartening that we're still out here with no end in sight. The company hasn't contacted us in the last month to go back to bargaining. So we're kind of just left up in the air during the holidays, but we've had great support from the community, and hopefully maybe in the new year, maybe we'll get a contract.
Meal delivery service Heart to Home and local paramedics have teamed up to make sure seniors and those in distress aren't forgotten during the holiday season.
Hello, Bruce.
Hello.
Hi, it's Dave with Heart to Home Meals with your delivery.
Okay, come on in.
Thanks, Bruce.
Some of our seniors are homebound, and some have mobility issues. I know a meal isn't going to change their life. If they don't have anyone, it's nice to be that someone.
Heart to Home will deliver 225 gift bags this Christmas. That includes breakfast, holiday dinner, and dessert. For a second year, EMS will reach out to Heart to Home if they feel a patient could benefit from a warm meal free of charge.
People who, recently had trauma or just get out of the hospital and need a little extra help. It's just fantastic to give something back, and make people feel special at Christmas.
Meantime, over at the Downtown Mission, a welcome donation today.
It's a way for us to give back to the community, to serve the community, get the youth involved in these sorts of activities.
Members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Youth Association delivered 100 warm meals to the Windsor Downtown Mission today. It is part of a nationwide initiative called Holiday Dinner on Wheels, taking place in communities across Canada. Organizers say the goal is twofold: helping people in need while getting young people involved in hands-on community service and learning the value of giving back during the holiday season. The mission says help is always welcome.
The need is very high. Our clients are in constant need. They're always hungry. They're always in survival mode. So if ever there's someone that can reach out a hand, give them anything, any sort of warmth, any sort of comfort during this time, especially because they don't have any support. A lot of them have lost access to communities, families, like just friends in general. So having people like anyone in the community to show kindness goes a very long way for them.
You see these homeless in the cold, it breaks my heart. We could do so much. Why you have 10 scarves in your drawer when you could give them out to those in need?
That's the motivation behind this campaign, spearheaded by YQG Green. They collected winter items for the Windsor Youth Center and Downtown Mission. YQG Green is a group of small business owners, social enterprises, nonprofits, and community-based organizations that promote environmentally and socially sustainable practices. A reminder tonight to our younger viewers, Santa is taking your phone calls.
Maddie, what did you want for Christmas?
For Christmas, I 1,000 really want a laptop that's able to have a game called Roblox on it.
So you really, I know how many reallys were in there. Were there 8 or 9 reallys in there? Really want a laptop.
Yeah.
To play that one game.
Yeah.
If you ask mom and dad to borrow their phone and get them to dial 519-792-2559, you can talk to Santa yourself. Santa Talks is every weeknight from 7 o'clock until 8 on our sister station, AM 800. Now, do you have a comment or a question? Text us at 10400. You can also send photos and video. Canada Post is swamped at this time of year. Will your parcels and cards make it on time? The answer still ahead on Windsor's News Leader. Entertainment powerhouse Warner Brothers could be sold. Who they hope to be sold to later on in our newscast. And tomorrow, why the Windsor Fire Department needs residents to be vigilant around vacant homes. That's tomorrow at 6 on CTV News.
Start your day with the latest local news. By signing up for our newsletter, you'll get direct local content straight from CTV Windsor to your inbox, including top stories, the forecast, and videos. You can sign up at ctvnewswindsor.ca.
Alberta's premier is demanding an apology after Skate Canada indicated there would be no national or international level events in that province because of Alberta's rules on transgender athletes. A new Alberta law restricts transgender athletes from participating in female-only sports. According to Skate Canada officials, they're unable to host events in the province while maintaining their standards for safety and inclusivity. Alberta's sports minister released a statement claiming the provincial rules keep girls safe and competitions fair. Meanwhile, an Alberta senator says the law harms trans athletes, which is why the government preemptively invoked the notwithstanding clause to block any legal challenges.
There's no science behind the UCP's ban of trans athletes. In fact, if they were so confident in the legislation, they would have allowed it to go to court.
Now, this decision does not affect Alberta's athletes' ability to participate in Skate Canada programming and competitions, and there were no national or international events scheduled in Alberta before this announcement. The federal government announcing a plan to add femicide to the Criminal Code of Canada. It comes as a new report took a deeper look at intimate partner violence in Atlantic Canada. CTV's Sarah Plowman with more on the recommendations. A warning, the story contains graphic details.
The piece found outside also rests in Colette Martin's mind. Getting this far took years. In 1997, Martin was almost murdered by a man she'd been in a relationship with. She had kicked him out of her house. Months later, he came back while she was sleeping.
He slit my throat and stabbed me multiple times.
She survived, but for a long time was lost.
So now I'm sharing my story with others to give them hope, because if I can make it through, so can you.
Martin isn't surprised that a new report found New Brunswick has the highest rate of domestic homicide related to intimate partner violence in Atlantic Canada. An analysis of a decade of data from the 4 provinces found most adult victims were female. The majority were killed in rural areas or small towns. Separating or planning to leave was one of the biggest risk factors, along with access to guns. New Brunswick's premier acknowledges her province has significant and growing issues with domestic violence.
We've declared this an epidemic. We've invested in record amounts into supporting victims.
The report calls on the 4 provinces to implement reviews for domestic violence deaths and improve data collection for prevention. It comes after the federal Liberals introduced a law to classify femicide as first-degree murder and add coercive control to the criminal code. Martin is pleased intimate partner violence is being talked about, but stresses action is needed.
I think that we're headed in the right direction. We've been making a lot of changes and stuff, but we don't have the luxury of time.
She knows how life can change in an instant. Sarah Plowman, CTV News, near Miramichi, New Brunswick.
Several federal government departments are expected to start notifying public servants next month if their positions are at risk of cuts. Shared Services Canada, Public Services and Procurement Canada, Employment and Social Development Canada, Global Affairs Canada, and Statistics Canada officials all tell CTV News employees will get those notifications next month. The federal government has set a goal of nearly 30,000 job cuts over the next 4 years, saving an estimated $60 billion. Reassurances from Canada Post officials. 1 week out from Christmas, they're ready for the holiday rush. They say they expect letters and parcels will be delivered on time. Last month, Canada Post and the union, representing thousands of mail couriers, agreed in principle to new contracts. The deadline to send Christmas cards nationally was today. The deadline to send packages by regular mail nationally and regionally has already passed, but there are still options to get them there by Christmas if you pay a little bit more. We are learning some details of a Vanity Fair interview with U.S. President Donald Trump's chief of staff. She opened up about Trump and his cabinet over the first year of his second term. In the revealing interview, Wiles sharply criticized Attorney General Pam Bondi over the handling of the Epstein investigation. Wiles also called President Trump's confidence an alcoholic's personality. She didn't hold back on other offices either, calling Vice President J.D. Vance a conspiracy theorist and Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., quote, quirky. Warner Brothers is telling its shareholders to reject a takeover bid from Paramount Skydance. The board is instead advising that a rival bid from Netflix will be better for customers. It's now up to the shareholders to decide on Paramount's bid to take over the entire company. The Netflix offer does not include Warner's cable operations. Canada's main stock index was down today on losses in the heavyweight financial sector. In Toronto, the TSX lost 14 points. In New York, the Dow fell 228, the Nasdaq dropped 418. The Canadian dollar is down 1/5 of a cent. On commodity markets, gold gained more than $41 an ounce. Oil added 63 cents a barrel. Erie Shores Healthcare in Leamington is celebrating a milestone. The details later on in our newscast.
Tonight's weather snapshot sent in from our viewer Sharon. A great photo of a male and female cardinal during some light flurries. Clouds increase and the mild temperatures will stick around for one more day. A warm front is set to move in Thursday, and with that we'll see widespread rainfall. Some embedded non-severe thunderstorms are also possible. Now, as this system exits Friday morning, we're back to the cold air and the chance for some flurries.
From moment to moment, things change.
Mayday, mayday! We need more crews at this location.
CTV News Windsor.ca is Windsor's #1 source for online news. Watch every story from wherever you are the moment it happens. Plus exclusive content and must-see viewer video. Don't miss a moment. Windsor's leading online news source, CTV News Windsor.ca.
Boy, Rita, did it warm up here. I had to take off my hat and my gloves at one point while I was shooting a story.
You got to keep them nearby, though. Staff, this warm-up is certainly short-lived for us. At least one more day of the balmy temperatures. Today's high 8 degrees, well above what's normal this time of year, which is the 1-degree mark. Again, we didn't quite get to the 13 degrees. That was the record back in 2006. Record low, -20 in 1989. Now, as we head into the night, we have a few high clouds, and we are expecting the cloud cover to increase for your Thursday. It's all ahead of this big system that will push through. Now, along the frontal boundaries here, we're going to actually warm right back up. The winds will pick up tomorrow as well. They'll be gusty, especially in the afternoon. We could see upwards of 50 to 60 km/h winds for your Thursday. So lots of cloud cover later tomorrow morning. The first round of rain pushing through at about 3 p.m. for Thursday. Spotty showers, but then becoming more widespread later in the evening. Widespread rain, embedded thunderstorms possible as well late in the day on Thursday before things get a bit tricky. We're going to see a mixed precipitation event happen late Friday overnight into Friday morning. Some freezing rain as the temperatures drop, switching over to snowfall, and then in behind that, gusty winds shifting out of the west, and that means some lake effect flurries possible for your Friday. This evening, though, nice and calm. 1 degree around 8 p.m. The winds, a light breeze out of the southwest, 15 km/h. Again, cloudy overnight tonight, and then tomorrow morning we'll wake up. The winds will start to pick up out of the south, 20 km/h, ushering in that warmth, and then again kicking up to 60 km/h around noon. We're expecting the high tomorrow to hit 9 degrees. Showers again pushing through at about 3-4 p.m. and then becoming more widespread later on in the evening for your Thursday night.
Your 7-day forecast is brought to you by Enercare, experts at home. So we go from 9 degrees on Thursday to -2 on Friday. That's a big temperature drop, and you'll certainly feel it, and you'll see it, as we will be dealing with some flurries Friday as well. Mix of sun and cloud and pleasant for your Saturday, and behind that, another drop, -2 for your Sunday. And it's sort of a similar story. We go up and we come back down. 1 degree on Monday, 4 on Tuesday, and then dropping right back down to -1 by Wednesday, under a mix of sun and cloud. Stefanie?
Lifetime, brought to you by Safeguard Medical Alert Systems.
A new leisure poll suggests public faith in vaccines is high, but hesitancy is growing. According to the poll, about a quarter of respondents say they are less confident about safety and effectiveness than years before. People 65 and older were the most trusting about immunization. Most of the hesitancy came from perceptions of COVID-19 and flu vaccines. A special celebration today at Erie Shores Healthcare. The hospital's auxiliary unit of volunteers is now 75 years old. To commemorate the occasion, the hospital unveiled a tribute wall, and the auxiliary handed over a check worth $122,000 to support patients across Essex County. Erie Shores also released a new trailer today about a documentary coming out next year celebrating the hospital's 75th year providing care in Leamington. So this leads us to our question of the day. We want to know, are you part of a volunteer organization? Go to our website to cast your vote, ctvnewswindsor.ca. Yesterday, we asked you if you were worried about impaired drivers when you were on the road over the holidays. Of 663 votes, 74% say yes. On the Sidelines is coming up. We introduce you to a local basketball star getting some early reps in with the Lancers before she even graduates high school.
We are on the sidelines with Bob Belichico tonight. And Bob, there's a lot going on heading into the Christmas break. Let's start off with the Spits, who really need a pick-me-up.
They sure do. They lost 2 out of 3 on their Eastern Road swing last week. Not a good weekend for them. Spits are focused on getting back on track, though, winning tomorrow night's game at home against the Sioux Greyhounds. Now, Windsor double up. The Petes 6-3 looking back in Peterborough to start their trip last weekend. But they followed that up with a 4-3 loss to Kingston and a 2-1 win in Ottawa. Meanwhile, Flint won all 3 of their games last week to bump Windsor out of the top spot in the Western Conference standings. Never thought that would happen, but it's here. After moving up in the rankings this week, or last week, Windsor is out this week.
You know, we got to find a way here against the Sioux to find a happy combination of good defensively and generating a lot more offense.
Going to be excited. It's a big game. Can't be looking forward to the break just yet. We got one more super important game, and I think the first half went pretty well overall.
Now here's a good game coming up. So Lakeshore Canadians have 3 home games before the Christmas break, but are actually only playing 2 of them in Lakeshore. The third one is their now annual outdoor game at Lansbury Park on Ottawa Street. They'll host the Amherstburg Admirals Tuesday, December 23rd at 7 p.m. The team is going to wear a 3rd jersey next week. I've seen it. It's pretty cool looking. There's something cool also about playing an outdoor game.
Yeah, it's a little bit smaller and you can't really see the lines, but at the end of the day, most kids grow up playing hockey on the outdoor pond or some type of lake, right? So it's kind of cool to get outside and do something different than playing in the same old rink every year.
Now, high school sports, they do wrap up the week before the holiday break. A couple of holiday traditions, though, continue on the ice.
Oh, yeah. Big hockey games coming up. One in LaSalle, one out at the WFCU Center. So tomorrow it's Sandwich and Villanova in the Mayor's Cup at the... Sorry, I'm looking at that camera, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're at the Volmer Complex for that game. The Sabres won last year, but the Wildcats have a good team this year as they get set to host OFSA. They also won a tournament recently, so it should be a good game. On the other side of the county, it's the Zachor Cup, the very exciting Zachor Cup between St. Joe's and Brennan at the WSU Center. Now over to the hardcore. This is Leah Shannon of Sandwich. She played in the Senior Girls All-Star Basketball game at St. Anne earlier this week. It was a game put on by the Tecumseh Saints basketball program. Kudos to them. Now, Shannon is a grade 12 student athlete signed with Chantal Vallet's team at the University of Windsor. Membership has its privileges, too. She is practicing with the team once a week and gotten to know the players, which gives her a leg up on out-of-town recruits. The experience has also made her a better player.
I really like watching Julia Sherratt. I think she's amazing. So, yeah, it's a really cool opportunity to, like, play with her and, like, against her. They're all so strong and they use, like, contact really well, and I find that this year I've been using contact really well and finishing off 2 feet. It's so fun. I'm super excited about being able to play with them next year.
All right, over to volleyball. This is McKenna McCann of Villanova. The first time I saw her play, I just knew she is destined for a U.S. scholarship. In fact, the grade 11 student athlete was receiving interest in grade 10 last year. She's a force at the net and helped Villy beat Holy Names last night 2-1. The Wildcats are 4-0 and tied with St. Anne for first in the Tier 1 division.
Being so young, you don't really know what you want to do with your life, and you can kind of feel this pressure, like people are trying to make you decide. So I think over time I've just learned that my timeline's going to be different than theirs, and that's okay because I really just trust that everything's going to work out for a reason. And you don't want to let it get to your head, but also it kind of gives a motivation to other people, which is good in a way because as other people rise, you'll just push yourself to be better as well.
Okay, so training camp officially opened earlier this week for the Windsor Express. So how many players are back from last year's team?
Well, this team always struggles to bring players back, and this year they have 5, which is really nice to see. One of them is 4th-year player Latin Davis. Now, he is the leader of this team. Latin lives in Michigan. Oops, sorry.
Just the loyalty of it. Good to be back to
He is the leader of this team for sure. Now, Latin lives in Michigan and likes being close to home. It allows him to play here and do a thing called one-on-one, the next chapter. You ever heard of that? It's on YouTube. Apparently, thousands of people watch it. Who knew? Latin wants to get back to the BSL finals this year and win it all, and then hopes the league grows from there.
Obviously, we want to win a championship. I came close 2 out of the 3 years I've been here. It sucks not to get the job done, but just got to put in the work from starting now to the end of the season. We know it's going to be a long season. That's the journey. We're not thinking about that right now. We just want to go forward, keep taking big steps.
Yeah, who doesn't want to win a championship, rather?
True.
So the first half schedule winds down this weekend. Players are excited for the holiday break. You did something pretty cool with local players.
I like trying to do this as often as I can anyway, and I tried to get as many teams involved and as many players as I could. So for those who aren't included, I apologize, but I talked to players from a handful of teams, asking them a variety of questions relating to the Christmas break. Check this out. It's a lot of fun.
Usually my family comes over to my house, my grandparents, we open presents together, and then next day we go to Florida for a couple days.
What do you do for Christmas usually?
My family goes to Frankenmuth, go skating, have a big meal. That's fun, just hanging out with the family.
I go out to eat with both of my sides of my parents, and we get a big get-together. We don't really get together a lot, so during the holidays, it's good to see them.
I look forward to mac and cheese. That's always my favorite thing on Christmas. I think my grandma makes it, and it's always really good.
Definitely my Aunt Carrie's stuffing. I love that.
Favorite Christmas gift I ever got?
Probably getting a hockey stick Christmas Day.
What kind of stick was it?
CCM. Probably last year's surprise vacation, my family and friends. That's probably my best gift.
First iPhone. That was really exciting because I had no idea I was going to get it.
It was actually just recently. My girlfriend got me a wetback. I was in a little car detailing little phase. Got to be my best one so far.
I got 2 little dogs as a surprise one year. My parents just went and got them and brought them home one day, like day before Christmas. It was pretty cool.
Wow. Did you have a name for them right away?
Yeah, Bo and Bella.
An Xbox when I was younger. That was my favorite big video game, guys.
Favorite Christmas movie? I gotta go The Elf. Probably Home Alone 2.
The Grinch.
Why?
Stole Christmas.
Elf, Home Alone, those are staples for me. Christmas Vacation, I didn't like that. So.
It's like classic, the first Home Alone.
Oh, Elf. Elf, Will Ferrell. One of the top movies of all time, let alone Christmas movies. It's my favorite.
Favorite Christmas song? Deck the Halls. Probably Mistletoe.
What's that?
Justin Bieber song?
Jingle Bell Rock.
It's exciting for our players to get home and see their families and in a special time of year, and let's have a good break and get back to it when we get back.
Yeah, it should be a good break, and looking forward to the break, looking forward to unwinding, but it's always fun to catch up with the players to see what they do for Christmas and, what kind of cool gifts they got.
Yeah.
What did you get when you were younger? What was the cool thing?
I don't know really like one specific thing. I liked getting like trips or concert tickets.
Ooh.
But what I remember about Christmas the most is going to Mass at midnight.
Yeah.
As a child, falling asleep every single time and having my parents squeeze my knees like this, saying, wake up, wake up. So that's my favorite memory. Yours?
That's fun. Yeah, you know what? Going to church Christmas Eve and then hanging out with family afterwards, that's always a good one.
Yeah.
And then I look forward to my mom's stuffing, just like one of the players. It's just, she's got a killer stuffing, so that's that. And then I also like to kick back to a movie or two.
Yeah.
So my favorite is Home Alone 1, the original.
Okay, and a new one that came out on Netflix, it's called That Christmas. It's great for kids. I absolutely love it. Check it out if you haven't seen it.
I'll have to look that one up.
And that isn't an ad. Okay, Bob, thank you for this.
Thanks. Have a good Christmas.
This is your CTV Windsor Our Community Calendar. Experience the magic of LaSalle Holiday Lights Heritage Nights. 2 locations, endless holiday cheer. Visit lasalle.ca/holiday lights for more. See you next time on Our Community.
It's time to check in on what's happening now with Melanie Kettner. And Melanie, we have more on the swatting calls that prompted police to respond to a West End school.
That's right. The head of the Windsor Police Association says these incidents must prompt more work to address swatting calls. Kent Rice says the fraudulent and vexatious calls put more strain on the public and the police service. He wants to see more work done to target the criminals responsible and make sure the consequences are well known. Recognizing these investigations can cross into different regions, Rice says there's a need for collaboration between police agencies.
We're able to track them down, holding those people accountable, ensuring that if it's internationally, it crosses borders, that the jurisdiction that they're in holds them responsible for their actions, and ensure the public knows that there will be accountability and people will be, significant consequences for these actions.
We've got more online at ctvnewswindsor.ca.
And we also have a story on the website, Melanie, with the results from an SIU investigation.
Yes, Windsor police officers will not be charged after a man's nose was broken during an arrest. On August 19th, the 29-year-old man was arrested for public intoxication related to a domestic disturbance call at a home near Lozon Parkway and McHugh Street. The SIU report says during his arrest, the man was punched and kicked an officer, and officers punched and kneed the man. He was handcuffed and taken into custody. You can find more details on the report on our website. And in our social spotlight, an Australian runner has rewritten the record books at the bottom of the world.
It's so hard. Wow. Oh my God, that is unlike anything I've ever done. I've done marathons before, but that is, so tough. So tough.
Catherine Drysdale is the first female champion in the 20 years of the Antarctic Ice Marathon. Runners braved strong winds and temperatures around -15 Celsius. It's the world's southernmost marathon and takes place about 965 kilometers away from the South Pole.
Melanie, we talk about this often, that I give people credit who do marathons in the first place, let alone the Antarctic. That's incredible. Congratulations.
Yeah, you definitely have to have the right gear for that, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I know you and Michelle Molesky have been doing half marathons, so we have to work our way up to the marathon and then move you to the Antarctic.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Melanie, how can viewers submit a video for your trending segment?
Yeah, you can email it to newsnow@bellmedia.ca and text it to 10400.
Okay, and that's what's happening now. Thank you, Melanie. Stay with us. Coming up after the break and weather, a look at the delicate art of handmade glass-blown Christmas ornaments.
For one final look at the weather again, Rita joins us. Rita.
Stephanie, another look at your 7-day forecast brought to you by Enercare, experts at home. Tomorrow's high forecast to hit 9 degrees. We are expecting that ahead of a low pressure system. And with that, we'll see some showers for your Thursday evening, widespread overnight into Friday morning when we switch back to the chance for some mixed precipitation early Friday as the temperatures tumble back down to -4 first thing Friday morning. So a bit of a mixed bag of weather the next 48 hours before Saturday. Looks quite pleasant, 2 degrees, nice mix of sun and cloud, and then mostly cloudy conditions Sunday through to Tuesday with a slight chance for some flurry activity coming in on Sunday and then again on Tuesday. But do keep in mind that tomorrow's warm-up will be short-lived. Stephanie?
Okay, and finally tonight, a maritime craftsman with an appreciation for the ornate. And as CTV's Sarah Plowman reports, at this time of the year, he's at his busiest.
Ornaments can hold meaning, spark memories or thoughts of loved ones. Behind each one made here is Curtis Dion, a master glass blower.
It's kind of a lost art. There's very few people doing it in Canada.
The holidays bring in a lot of orders. He sometimes crafts more than 100 ornaments a day.
We do the hummingbird, the dragonfly, the bumblebee. We do a mushroom. We do a pickle.
Each demands precision and practice. Like dipping a spoon into a pot of honey, Dion dips a blowpipe into a furnace of molten glass, twirls it, and rolls it in color.
And then we're going to hold it upwards and compress a little bit of air into the pipe so that a bubble starts to emerge.
Like a dance, Dion and his assistant move quickly. Owen Steele has perfected the last touch, the hook.
And while I'm doing it, I'm also sort of in that meditative, almost Zen state.
In high demand this year is the pickle.
I'm giving it as a gift.
That comes with a game of hide and seek.
Whoever hides the pickle has a special gift, and whoever finds the pickle receives the gift.
Heather Rogers is after a snowflake.
I just feel like they're unique and they're handcrafted.
Each ornament is a chance to share a piece of his passion and connect to the community.
I think the ornaments that people put on their trees become part of like a lasting memory, you know, part of their tradition, and it gives us the opportunity to become a bit of a household name.
Adding his touch to a family's tradition. Sarah Plowman, CTV News, St. John.
On behalf of our dedicated team here at CTV News Windsor, thank you for watching. Travis Fortnum will be back with your only late local newscast tonight at 11.